Hey y'all, so today we're going to be jumping into the Magnolia Table Volume 2 Cookbook, and we're going to be making all kinds of things from the Joanna Gaines Cookbook. To start out, we're going to be making cruise cookies. To start out, you're going to mix 1.5 sticks of butter at room temperature, and you're going to mix 3/4 cups of sugar. I'm mixing my butter and sugar with a handheld mixer, but you can also use a stand mixer. You're going to mix your butter and sugar for about 3 to 4 minutes until it becomes fluffy. Now that our mixture has become fluffy, we're going to add in 1 whole egg. Make sure to wash your hands really well after you crack an egg. Now that you have your butter, sugar, and egg in the pan, you're going to pour in 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Now you're going to mix that mixture for about 30 seconds until it's well incorporated. Now we're going to let this mixture set to the side. Now in a large bowl, you're going to mix in 2 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour. Now you're going to pour in a teaspoon of cinnamon sugar or just plain cinnamon. Now you're going to pour in 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. Last to pour into the large bowl is 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Now you're going to whisk that together with a large whisk, or you can use a spoon. Now we have our 2 parts ready to go, and we're going to mix in our flour mixture into our butter mixture. You're going to pour a little bit into it, the butter mixture at a time, and you're going to mix with your handheld mixer. Now that our dough is ready, we are going to pour it on a piece of parchment paper, and we're going to smooth it out. Now that we have all of our dough on our piece of parchment paper, we're going to put another piece of parchment paper over it. Now we're going to roll this out with a rolling pin. Now we're going to peel up our upper layer of parchment paper. Now we're going to take a circle cutter and cut out as many circles as we can cut, and then we're going to just keep doing this process until we run out of dough. Now you're going to put all your cookies on a lined bake pan, just like so. Now we're going to pop these in the fridge for 30 minutes to cool. While the cookies are cooling, we're going to make the glaze. To make the glaze, in a large bowl, we're going to pour in 2 cups of powdered sugar. Now we're going to pour in 1/2 cup of heavy whipping cream. Next, we're going to pour in 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. Now we're going to whisk this together, pouring in 1 tablespoon of heavy whipping cream. You're going to keep adding in tablespoons of heavy whipping cream until it gets to the consistency of glue. Now we're going to pour our glaze into a piping bag with a small tip. Now that your piping bag is filled, you're going to let it set until your cookies are ready, when they've set in a 350-degree oven for 10 to 12 minutes. Now that our cookies are ready, we just got them out of the oven. We're going to pipe them while they're still hot, and we're going to pipe them in circular motions. Okay, we're done with our cookies. It was a very easy process. It wasn't confusing at all. I really like cruise cookies, and my mom just had one and she thought it was very delicious. So we're going to have these for dessert for dinner, and I hope you liked it, and please subscribe. Thank you. Bye. To start out, we're going to be making the cruise cookies, and to start out, we're going to be making the cruise. Now that you have your butter, sugar, and egg into the pan, now that you have your butter, sugar, and egg into the bowl, you're going to pour in 2 teaspoons. My Lord. Now we have our 2 mixtures, and you're going to pour in the. Now we have our 2 mixtures, and you're going to pour in slowly the flour mixture into the butter and sugar mixture. Now we have our two what is it called? What is it called? Oh my lord. I don't know. Now that we've just got our cookies right out of the oven, we're going to pipe the cookies while they're still a little bit hot. We're going to